This is Romo Dunze, and you're listening to the Ballsville Podcast.
It's the trade time!
Another running back with the oatmeal pants syndrome is A.J. Dillon. He's off on IR for the rest of the year, thank God.
And now, your host of the Ballsville Podcast, Scott Fitzgerald.
Welcome in, Ballsville gamers, to another episode of the Ballsville Podcast. Gotta love that intro. Thank you, Alex. This episode is brought to you by the Ballsville Game. Our games combine fantasy football and poker, which create big payouts with great odds. Welcome in. It is our 1-year anniversary show. The 2025 season is over, but here at Ballsville, we are sick individuals, and our season is never over. And it rolls over to the next season, and we continue to grind. You guys can achieve those championships. So welcome on in, guys. We got a huge show for you. We got free giveaways. We got drafts to look at, way too early drafts to look at. We have the big panel in here, and we're going to go right to my co-host. He is Bill's Mafia. He goes by Sklem on Sleeper. What is up, Sean?
Hi, Scott.
And we're going to head right over to this side. He is our 2024 Ballsville Player of the Year. He's a good old boy from Texas. He goes by C-Bomb on Sleeper. What is up, Connor?
How's it going? Hot's the dough? What's that mean?
Yes, I unfortunately had to don this disgusting-looking purple T.J. Hawkinson jersey. I did lose the first pub sub bet of the year, so I promised I would down this disgusting jersey if I lost this bet. And over here, welcoming in, he is El President. He goes by Alejandro Hernandez. What's up, Alex? Always muted.
Oh,
hello.
Got me.
How did that happen?
Hey, I can't take credit for that. That was Sarah's video, but thank you very much. I thought it was amazing, and looking forward to an amazing show.
And coming in from California, she crushes Justin Herbert, huge Charger fan. She's our producer, does all the crazy videos, all the crazy sounds. She is Sarah, M21. What is up, Sarah?
Hi, thank you. I was totally going to let you just have credit for that, Alex, but I appreciate it. It's great to be here
great.
as always.
And I'm going to go right to the chat room where we have our usuals in. We have Jerry Bagshaw. We have Jimbo's Bimbos. We have Short Stack. We have Zubikis. And welcome in Cyborg. What's up, Cyborg? He runs a huge March Madness tournament. Got to check him out. It's very good. We got Jay Morris. He's in the house. And Todd Barber. Welcome in, folks.
Some all-stars.
Got a lot of
All-stars,
all-stars.
baby.
We got a big show. And I'm going to run it right over to Sean. And Sean's going to let us know about what everybody came here for, our freebies.
That's right, baby. We got some free entries coming your guys' way today. Raise your hand if you're excited about these free entries, ladies and gentlemen. I know I am one of those people. So what we're doing today, guys, is this is going to be what we're giving you guys. We're going to have an extra little addition coming from our Player of the Year, C-Bomb, here. That's going to be at the end of this. But from us, you guys are going to get 3 free minis are available tonight from us, from the Ballsville crew. 1 free mini that is sponsored by our good friend Short Stack, who's one of our regular players. Thank you, Short Stack, for putting that out there.
Nice, Short Stack.
Right? And then, beyond that, we've got Connor's handbook entries, baby, that are coming along. And that is such a big deal that Connor has done so much for. I am not going to take his thunder and talk about that. I'm going to move that on over to him and let him be the one to explain how that's going to break out.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, and as you said, we have the we'll put our faces back up here with it, but we have our free giveaways that I'm going to do for this thing right here. All you have to do to enter into that is go to Discord and then screenshot it, basically that you downloaded it. You don't even have to read it. I would prefer you actually read it, but you don't have to. Nobody's
No,
forced.
you have to. You have to read every single sentence.
Every single
dominate.
sentence. So I spent a lot of time on this. It took me a couple of weeks to actually get everything down. So I mean, it was pretty time consuming. I hope y'all can get a lot out of it. I've seen some trades go down with a bunch of these players. I mean, T. Higgins,
When
Bucky
Connor
Irving.
says a couple of weeks, he means a couple of weeks, a month over the last year. So just so you guys know, basically, he spent half of 2024 compiling this data for you guys.
Well, in all honesty, it probably did. I mean, watching these players, every single week of the year. But, I'm giving away, going back to giveaways, I'm giving away 3 giveaways. So we'll do one here in a second. It'll just be for a mini. It's only $4, just a small entry. We'll step it up a notch. We'll go to the bid game, which is worth $7. And then since we got 20 submissions on Discord that people screenshotted and everything, I'm going to give away a third, and it'll be for a free dynasty year. So I'm not going to pay for you 2 years, so you can't just, draft a team and win it. You have to pay for your own 25 after that. So we'll split it down the middle. I'll give you 25. You put in 25, and you'll have your own dynasty team for the next 2 years or so.
And so you guys know that's for downloading something that's free to help you beat him, so he's not player of the year in 2025. So I mean that's a really selfless act for Connor to do this.
Yeah, this is with all my own money. So I did win quite a bit of money last year through Ballsville, but I like to give back, and even not just help give back with money, but give back with time and information. So this book is filled with decent information. I hope that you can look at. There's tons of players in here. Hopefully you didn't seen before or thought about before. There's rookies in here. We really didn't get on. We talked about this book a little bit last week, but we didn't really get into rookies. I wasn't trying to, sway any mock drafts or anything like that. So there's some deep rookie sleepers here.
Hey, Connor, John Legs would like to know if you could cover his rent for him.
Well, speaking of John Legs, I did win 3 mini leads for another league I won. As everybody knows, I'm the player of the year, so I won a lot. So I won the mini leads hot takes lead last year, which came with 3 mini leads. I did give one away to John Legs, and I did give one away to Ethan Blinkerton. I don't think either of these players played a mini lead last year. I know they're in a bunch of dynasties. I don't know. I know John Legs was in some big games, but I don't think he was in any minis. I don't think Ethan Blinka played any big games. So to get him into best ball looks like fun. These are 12-team super flex leagues that everybody wants to draft early on, and that's the first giveaway we'll do. Sean, do you have that ready for the?
Well, before we get into the first giveaway, we'll let Connor's head deflate a little bit while I read off some of the people in the chat room here. We got Ryan Lane that came in. What's up, Ryan? We got, like Connor said, CTX John Legs. Welcome in. I'm horrible at names. You will learn that. Noah Pointek, welcome on in. Cheeky Hobson, what's up, Cheeky? Cheeky's in there. We got Brady Dedecker that's in. So welcome on in, guys. We love seeing you guys in the chat. So okay, carry on, Connor.
No, just to go over some names that are in this list right quick. We got Jimbo's Bimbos, who's a regular. We have John Ledge. We have Ethan Blinka 10, TV76, Cyborg. We got Brady in there. But if you're not on this list,
don't forget Jimbo's Bimbos.
Yeah, he said them.
Yeah, I did. You can still go to Discord and post your screenshot, and you'll be in for the next 2 that we'll do at the end. So if you want to be in this, giveaway, went up to basically $36. You can still go to Discord, post your screenshot, and still win. So there's still time to do that.
Alex's doppelganger is joined the chat.
Kind of does look like Alex a little
Look at
bit.
Alex is right above him too. I love how
right on you, handsome guy.
Alex, kind of give us a little head tilt. Give us a little head tilt there. Kind of match the angle.
I dig it.
Grizz Tony,
Welcome in.
What's up, Grizz?
Cool to see a nice big crowd, guys. So these giveaways that we're doing, these are for the mini leagues that are underway now. We actually filled 7 out of the 10 leagues that we opened up, and they're only $4 entry. But last year we had 2 big winners. JM Hubs won $690, and Freeman C won $190. So I mean, nothing to sneeze at.
Nice.
Also,
Yeah.
if anyone's reading the tagline down there, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
enter.
Type in the word draft. If you guys are listening
to
right
win.
now, you're going to get joined in on the next drawings that we're going to have also that are coming from us. So if you haven't already, just type the word draft in the comment section and you're going to be thrown in on that. And Connor will not count.
Connor
So
said
even though
no.
you just type draft, it's not going to matter. If it lands on Connor, we're going to spin again.
Not how it works. You can't rig the election.
What's
All
up, Royal Wee? Good to see you in here, brother.
All right,
All
there we
right.
go.
Nice.
Are we
crowd.
ready for this, Connor?
Yep. We'll
Let's
see
do it.
who our first
All
winner
right.
is.
Sarah, can we get a drum roll, please?
This
Let's
is for
go.
free mini, $4.
Oh, you're taking too long.
I thought it was going to go earlier.
Brady.
Is it Brady?
Brady D.
Oh, I got it.
Brady,
Oh, he's in the crowd.
Well, I would say post your sleeper name in the chat, but I do know your sleeper name. So I will be, me or Alex will be reaching out to you, sending you a freebie for the mini leads that are just started drafting this week. So keep a lookout.
I am adding your name to the list now.
Awesome.
And your name will stay in the pot. So you'll still be eligible for the next 2 prizes as well.
All
Good
righty.
stuff, guys.
Good stuff. We got more at the end, but we're going to transition over to something that's really close to our hearts here in Ballsville. We're all about trying to give back to the community, like Connor said. Give back to the people that
What's up,
possibly
Sam?
had
Hey,
some
Sam, you made it.
had some hardships during the year, and this has been a rough year, for the United States of America. Back in October, us fellow Floridians down here were hit by back-to-back hurricanes. It was very devastating. I was lucky enough to avoid a lot of the damage, but unfortunately, a friend of the Ballsville community was the storms just they did not pass him. So he was devastatingly affected by the hurricanes, and we decided to reach out, and we ended up having a Ballsville-thon for him. Where Sean and I took a Sunday of games. We had raffles. We had
and it turned out to be more than just a Sunday of games too.
Yeah,
it turned out to be a really good Sunday of games.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we ended up raising. Do you remember what the exact number was that we raised for that day?
I know it was in the 4 digits. It was over $1,000 for sure. I remember that.
I think it was like $1,200 or $1,300, but we decided to send that money over to our good friend Jimbo's Bimbos, and I did actually come and visit him when I came down here to Florida to visit his house, and he showed me all around, all the fixing up that he did. And there was one particular part that he wanted to show us. So can you run that video, please?
Well, so to set up the video, guys, this is going to be just like this thrown together year in review kind of recap video. And the part Scott's talking about will be in that video, and it's a little abrupt when it comes out of that part and goes right into another promo. But yeah, we can go ahead and run that, Sarah, whenever you're ready.
So this is our year in review, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it is 1 year anniversary of our pod.
So,
Yes.
how I got into Ballsville. It was just a quick invite from one of my.
Oh, that's not the beginning.
Ballsville fans, this is Scott Fitzgerald, aka Ludes for Sale. I'm going to put together a little podcast.
The first guest we have is Sean S. Clem from Sin City, Las Vegas. Hello, Sean.
Hey, Scott. It's good to be back.
We have Ken Moore, and that's not the appliance. From the great state of Florida, Lakeland, he goes by the dealer.
And then the whole kind of end game portion of it, like you said, where it's kind of
you're playing a little fantasy football with a little bit of poker aspect. Bet your money, hedge your bets, see if you can make a little bit extra. Just the whole concept really appeals to me. So yeah, I really like it.
His name is JoJo from LA. What is up, JoJo?
Yo, what's up, fellas? Thanks for having me on. Looking forward to it. How the guy knew of Ballsville? It was just a quick invite from one of my other buddies who is in one of the best ball leagues. He I guess just shared the link to one of the best ball leagues in our league, and I was like, yeah, I'm down. And then I just started looking through all the links and looking through the hubs, and then I just became hooked. Seeing how organized and everything, how everything is. I was just hooked from that day. Got in my one draft, and now I think I've been in about 12, 15 best ball drafts, and now 2 dynasties. So I'm looking forward to the season.
Got you. Yep. All right. Well, another running back with the oatmeal pants syndrome's AJ Dillon. He's off on IR for the rest of the year. Thank God. Lloyd is hurt.
God, wow,
Oh, man, bro.
Bad juju.
Lloyd is hurt, so it's just I
We finally got a fridge and a stove, thanks to all you guys at Ballsville. This stove to cook on is what you guys help provide, so thank you.
So grateful.
So this is kind of
So yeah,
Wow.
that was our year in review right there. We started a year ago with just I sent Alex a pilot and wanted to listen to what he thought about me going solo on a pod, and it just grew from there and got everybody involved. And look where we are now, a year later. So it's been very tremendous. But from that video that you got to see, that stove that Jimbo did show us in the video, that was given to him as a gift from the money that we raised from the Ballsville community that one Sunday. So we're really proud as Ballsville as a community to help an individual that's in need. And that's what we're all about here at Ballsville is we're, we want to help our fellow Americans. So we should all give each other a round of applause because
yes.
that was great. The year that we put in this year.
You guys did that.
So we got a few more people in. We got Fran. Welcome in, Fran. I see we got C Sims. I've been seeing you in those mini leagues, Sims. Welcome in. We got Chicken Boy 87 and Trevor Langerworth. And anybody I missed? Did I miss
That's
anybody?
Trevor. That's TB, right? Trevor.
No, that's K Dog.
TB.
TB is Todd Barber. Trevor is K Dog.
K Dog. That's right. You always do that, I feel like.
All right, guys. Well, before we get into the Super Bowl review, I'm going to go over to Sean. And Sean, what were the results of the Ballsville playoff game? Do you have those?
Yeah, absolutely. So we did conclude our game for you guys. So if you guys remember correctly, the way that they were doing this is that it was a touchdown. It was TDs and twins. And they were basically looking for long touchdowns in pairs is what they were hoping for. And we actually came really close to Worthy. Worthy was 1 yard shy of having 2 touchdowns. He had a 24-yard touchdown and he had like a 40-some yard touchdown. If he had a 25-yard touchdown or 26 yards, it would have been in the next tier and it would have doubled both his touchdowns. So it actually would have made a difference, I believe, at that point, by stretching out Phil's lead because JoJo wasn't catching him after he's the only one that picked up Worthy. So as you can see, everybody took Barkley. He did nothing for all these guys, even though they scored all those points. It's amazing how that happened. And then you got Worthy, who was the highest scoring player, followed by Devontae Smith, and then A.J. Brown followed it up. Didn't change up the outcomes all that much. They went basically moved up a little bit and scored, but stayed in the same spot. So Phil3988 is our first ever Ballsville playoff golf style tournament champion. And
congratulations to you. And I believe we put a freebie at the end of this too, right?
We did. I believe that this was wasn't it a 2 freebies and a 2 for a friend, or 1 and a friend, or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. So you guys, this is just kind of something we wanted to test out this format, and we really didn't have a clue of how we're going to compose it, and we put it together, and then we threw it out there, and we let everybody come play for free. And then because we always like to have at least something at the end of it, we did sponsor a few free entries just to keep it interesting. So yeah, turned out great, Sean. You did a great job running that.
Yeah, so
it was a lot of fun.
So yeah, that'll be a little fine tuned for next year, and definitely get into that. That's kind of cool. It's got a little golf aspect to it. So
put a little quiche on it.
Yeah, so it should be pretty fun to get into that next year. So I see Connor went a little contrarian with Juju. So that
I was a little behind the other ones. I mean, they had like a 4 or 5 stroke lead, so I needed a miracle. I was hoping nobody else would pick him.
Yeah, no, that's good strategy. That's what you got to do that's what you got to do in those formats when you're behind. So, all right, we will get into the game, I guess, if that's what you really want to call it, because to me it just looked like a complete ass whipping, start to finish. It started off with Mahomes coming in with the green suit. Don't really want to do that. You got Kelsey coming in looking like a 1970s vacuum cleaner salesman with that outfit that he had on, his floofy haircut. I don't know what that's all about, but the Eagles didn't like that. They just put him behind the woodshed. The defensive line was basically, to me, was the MVP. Along with Hurts, because they just annihilated that offensive line. I mean, the Chiefs had no answers. They couldn't run the ball. I mean, besides a little bit of Worthy, it was just it was over. I mean, it was a commanding lead. I mean, they just showing the Chiefs bench like 2 minutes before the half. They already checked out. It was freaking over at that point. So I'm gonna go around the horn. I did predict the Eagles to win. I did predict Jalen Hurts to win MVP. So I'm gonna send it over to my co-host. Sean, what did you think about that game? I know you probably weren't tuned in too much because you're still licking your wounds from the week before, but what did you think?
Oh, I mean, I was basically exactly what I anticipated. If you guys remember how last week's pod went, I was like, I think 3 points off of the final score, and it happened exactly the way I anticipated it happening. Because we all seen Angels in the outfield. We know how it works. You cannot get help in championship games. Those Angels weren't there like they were all season, and these Chiefs showed exactly who they are as a team. So, you know what? I mean, I was pretty much vindicated is what I felt like, to be honest. And I know that every single Bills player was sitting there going, we would have done a hell of a lot better job in this game. I'll tell you that right now.
All right. Well, we'll run it over to Connor. I know Connor took the Eagles. What do you think, Connor? No,
Connor did not take the Eagles.
Oh no, Connor, no, he did took the Chiefs. I forgot about that.
And he was wearing Chiefs gear and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I joined Subaches. I joined Subaches with the Chiefs gear just because Sean was a little mad about it. So I was just like, I'm gonna add him on a little bit more. But yeah, I didn't really see the game going that way. I thought the Eagles had a good shot at it, but I didn't think they would ever, dominate the Chiefs like that. There was a poor performance by the whole team, really. I mean, their defense had a couple of stops here and there. They really stopped the run. They were really, focused on that more so than the past game. But Jalen Hurts had maybe his best game of the year back there at quarterback. So Mahomes played poorly. The offensive line played poorly. The refs played poorly, apparently, to Sean. So, but yeah,
checked in the cash.
Definitely wasn't, the game I saw coming, but I still think the Chiefs are going to be here for a while. I don't think anybody at AFC should just be like, oh yeah, the Chiefs are done. But I think, next year they'll probably be there again. So
yeah, well, they got to fix that offensive line first and foremost. They need a left tackle. So we'll go to Alex. Alex, what do you think?
One of the things that amazed me that I saw was that the Eagles had I think JoJo put this up in the Discord. They had like a 50% or 49% pressure rate and 0 blitzes.
Yep.
Yeah. So that line, definite MVP. I mean, what a performance. It was crazy to see Mahomes just
Dude, they had a
exposed out there.
total of 24 yards of offense at half.
Wow.
Not passing
Mhm.
yards, total offense.
Total yards. Mhm.
Like, that's unbelievable, dude.
You know what? I was not thrilled about the Super Bowl, but after all the winning the Chiefs have done as a 49er fan, I'm scorned as well, Shawnee. So it was nice to see out of all the outcomes, that was the outcome that was actually kind of entertaining. So
What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I agree with Sean. I believe that this is what the Chiefs look like when they don't have angels helping them out. But I mean, it's not like I don't think the Chiefs are good. Don't get me wrong. I just think that they shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl to begin with. And I think that I wasn't expecting this either, though. I really thought, even without any ref help or anything like that, I do think that the Chiefs just played an extraordinarily bad game. And I don't think I've ever seen them play that bad, like with this team. So I was very surprised, but I didn't mind it. I usually think it's boring to watch a blowout, but I didn't mind that one bit, and I thought it was fun. And I think that
It's always
we're
nice to watch the
very
bully
sad.
get smacked in the mouth.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
it definitely felt like that.
Yeah, this game kind of reminded me a little bit of when the Patriots went into that Super Bowl that one year when they were undefeated, and nobody gave the Giants a chance, and they just took their defensive line and just kept rotating players in, rotating players in, rotating players in, and getting to Brady. And that's kind of what this game reminded me of. Is the Eagles just has just an outstanding offensive line. Their front four getting that much pressure. It's just and even though they couldn't run the ball. I mean, they got a great offensive line. So, I mean, my philosophy is build from the inside out. If you're an NFL team, make sure you have a great offensive line. You can run the ball, and you have a great defensive line, and you can rush the quarterback. And all the other pieces, they'll just fit right in. So,
how many of those pieces on their O-line did they draft?
Well, I mean, Lane Johnson was a draft pick.
I know Lane Johnson was. Mulatto came from the international portal program, right? So that's two. Becton was signed off of free agency, so he's not one of them. Their center was the rookie they drafted, right? So that's three.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 5 at least are guys that they've drafted.
Yeah. So I mean, it was, and I agree. I think the Chiefs will be back next year. They'll fix their offensive line problems, and they'll get another. I still think they need another wide receiver. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Rasheed Rice, so yeah, the Chiefs will reload. I mean, they're a good franchise. They'll reload. So
if Travis Kelce retires and the NFL has no reason to force them into victories, then they're going to go back to the mediocre team they are.
Taylor Swift stops winning games.
It's almost crazy. Like the refs, gave them like the 12th differential in point, penalties. So it's like they're not even the most penalized, or the least most penalized. They're like mid-pack. So talking about the refs won them games. How many games did they win them when they're, middle of the pack?
Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody in the chat have an opinion on the game?
Well, you know what?
Brady, yes, he thought it should be the Bills versus the Eagles.
Well, you know what? The next year's another year. We'll see what happens with the Bills next year. But you know what? We're not going to talk about 2024 anymore. We're going to talk about 2025. And we are. I guarantee we are the only industry out there that are running drafts right now. Like immediately, like we started Super Bowl Sunday, we started having drafts. So I'm gonna run it over to Alex and Alex. You want to talk about the games that we got going on right now?
Yeah. So, like you're saying, during the last podcast we had just opened up the Heroes of Dynasty and started letting players come in and fill. And we had started our first draft. Was the one that Connor was in, filled up real quick. They were underway. That was before the Super Bowl. That was a 16 Dynasty League expansion game to mirror our Dragons of Dynasty. So as of now, we've filled half of those leagues. We filled 8 leagues over the last week. Scott, you're in a league that's the only one that hasn't drafted. You guys will be drafting next month. But we have 7 drafts underway for startup. So that's exciting. The other 8 leagues are going to be held off until at least a month from now, till we get a little bit more information about free agency and before the draft are if they elect after the draft. But we'll open those up for more players to join if they want to get into the expansion game. You can do that by going to the website. It has its own link.
And what's that website again?
That would be theballsvillegame.com. Can't miss it.
All
Big
right.
surprise, we're the only ones named the Ballsville game. So, in addition to that, we also have the mini leagues going.
We're the only ones that have the Ballsville to do it.
So the mini league games, they're kind of low key my favorite game because they're way too early rookie inclusive drafts, and they keep us busy all the way up into the NFL draft. And they're perfectly priced at $4 in my opinion, because you can join it if you're new to the game and you can get acquainted to how the Ballsville game works. You have the chance to digest our extras like the podcast, the free entries. Some people just want to play in a league and they're looking for something now. These leagues accommodate that because it's just like a 3x shuffle once everybody's paid, and then you start drafting. No trading. So everything is just,
No waivers.
instant, no free agency, deep bench, call your shot and hope you win, months from now. And for those leagues, we are actually giving away a lot of free entries. So if you win a free entry here tonight, at the end of this podcast, you can go to the website. You can click on one of these leagues. Yoshi's Yahoos, Wario, and Waluigi are the last ones open for this division. The next division will open up soon after. But you can take a spot, and if you get the ticket in your DM for a free entry, you just present it in the league chat, and it counts towards your paid entry. And you have a shot, like we said, $690, $190. And your odds are still 1 of 12 to win $30. And then you get a passive one of 10 shot to win another 30, plus $100 championship. And then if you want to wager, that's how you get to those higher payouts. So we filled 7 of those. There's 3 left. The freebies that we're giving away tonight are for those. And yeah, these are overall exciting times. It's, like 14 leagues for over the last week that we filled, because of you guys. So thank you all to the players.
Yeah, and you know what? That's that's cheaper than a Starbucks cup of coffee. So, get on in there, and we got a little sneak peek for you guys. So we're going to show our first 3 mini leagues. We're going to run through the draft boards real quick. They're not finished yet, but we're gonna pick it apart a little bit, and then we're gonna bring up our first 3 Dino leagues that Alex was talking about that are underway. So we're gonna do a little sneak peek at these and kind of pick them apart. So let's bring up the number 1, and that
Mario.
was this is Mario.
So tell me if this is the wrong draft, guys. Let me know, and I'll get to the right.
Yeah, that's
the right
the third
one. The order might be off. Does this look correct to you, Scott? Oh, Mario wouldn't be, because we need the drafts that have no trades, because the mini leagues we do not have trades.
C Sims
That was Dynasty.
C Sims is the 101 in the Mario Misfit League.
Gotcha. C Sims is the 101 in the Mario Misfit League.
Yeah, and he took Lamar Jackson.
So this has been super fun. This is like my favorite time of year, because when these drafts kick off, as the person that sees all of them, I like to go through and just see, risers and fallers. And we actually have a little quick game we'll do at the end of this to see how the panel here feels about some of these risers and fallers.
So just to give you guys a setup real quick. So it's super flex. Like Alex said, they're deep benches, 3 receivers, no tight end premium. So as you can see, this one's not as quarterback heavy in the first few rounds like some of the other ones. So some players decide to maybe punt on the quarterback, and you'll see if it possibly hurt them or not. So let's try to pick apart this one, and I'll go around the horn. I'll go to Connor first. Connor, besides your own pick in the first round, was there one that you said, wow, that was a good value?
I like the Joe Burrow at the 112, and it's super flex 12 team. Quarterbacks a little bit different than our 10 team big game. Quarterbacks should go a little bit earlier. I thought Joe Burrow at the 112 was pretty good. I like Gibbs at the 109 as well for non-quarterback. His pick there, Gibbs could easily be the RB1, and he went RB3 in that league. I took Saquon as RB1. Just throwing it out there. I think this draft actually started right after the Super Bowl, or right during the Super Bowl. So
We specifically said not your pick.
I wasn't saying it was good value. I was just saying why I took him. But yeah, I like the Gibbs pick for non-quarterback or Burrow for the quarterback spot.
Okay, Sean. I'll ask you the same question. Let's see if you give same answer. So, besides your CD Lamb pick in the first round, what pick did you like in the first round?
Oh man, I can't say CD Lamb. No, it's okay.
You know what? I'm
want to
gonna
say my
actually.
pick.
You know what? Don't even do the first round. I'll go to the second round. Besides your Marvin Harrison pick, what pick did you like in the second round?
The second round, I mean, obviously the fact that Puka fell the second round, I think is nice, but I like Derrick Henry going all the way down at 212, just because I feel like, I mean, you're talking, this is like 1 year, this is not dynasty scenario, so there's no reason for him to drop that far, in my opinion. I still think he's got, a potential RB1 year next year. He wasn't slowing down at all, so I don't think he should have fallen that far, especially behind a guy like Josh Jacobs to me.
Alex, you're in this league. Besides, what did you think about Christian McCaffrey in the third round?
Oh man, when I made that pick, I said between him and Tyreek, there's a good chance I just set my first, my second and my third on fire. So it's all high upside. I mean, I almost drafted Richardson later on just because it was going to be an all upside team, but you kind of had to lean into the strategy at that point.
Got you. And I'll go with my favorite pick, and my favorite pick is I can't believe he fell to me, and I don't understand.
Hey, whoa! How come we can't pick our own, but you get to pick yours? That's not how this works.
That's rules.
Well, I have to say this because I can't believe you guys didn't say that. How you do not say Patrick Mahomes wasn't a screaming steal in the second round? I mean, an elite quarterback. Even though he had a little bit of a down year, he's still an elite quarterback and an elite offense, and he goes all the way to the end of the second round.
Didn't we just get done hating on that offense?
Say again?
Didn't we just get done hating on that offense?
Well, they had one. They have what?
They need an offensive line. They need a receiver. They need a tight end now.
I said they'll address that stuff in the offseason. I trust the Chiefs. They'll be back there, but you should not let a franchise. To all you gamers out there in the Superflex League, I don't care if it's best ball, whatever. You do not let Patrick Mahomes go all the way to the end of the second round. If you do, you're doing it wrong.
Okay, Scott, guys. First of all, let's look at the context of the situation. There was literally only 4 quarterbacks off the board. I'm sorry, 5 quarterbacks off the board prior, and nobody is taking Patrick Mahomes over any one of those other 5 quarterbacks. So the fact that he fell to you just meant that the quarterbacks were getting faded, not that Patrick Mahomes just should have been taken so much earlier. I think it was
last week we were comparing Mahomes. We were comparing Mahomes to Justin Herbert and saying who would you rather have, and going back and forth. And Herbert's more than a round later. So in a dynasty startup, I would understand the Mahomes love, but as far as the redraft best ball aspect of it, I think there could have been a more positional advantage player there.
This draft looks a lot different from the next 3 though that you're about to show. So
has Patrick Mahomes had a top 5, top 6 year in 3 years or no?
I would bet not.
I would say no as well. And you picked him at QB6. I would say, I think
so besides this year, which was he was quarterback 11. Like I said, it was a down year. He was the last 4 years. Besides this one, he was quarterback 8, quarterback 1, quarterback 4, quarterback 4.
I thought it was what you do for me lately. Isn't that your take on Waddle?
You're going back
I'm just asking.
You're going back several years on Waddle.
Go back to Burrow, dude. Go back to Burrow. He was hating on Burrow all offseason.
Scott, Connor does not forget.
I know he does, but Pat Mahomes is still in the top 12.
He's
still a quarterback 1. Jalen Waddle was wide receiver 30 something this year and last year. So I don't want to hear that.
But I'm not talking about picking him in the second round, Scott. You picked him in the second round.
Scott is worked up. Is it the TJ Hawkinson jersey, Scott? Are you just worked up that you have to rock that jersey?
All I'm saying is keep letting Patrick Mahomes drop to the end of the second.
Let him drop all the way to the 6th quarterback.
And I do give Zoobs some love on that Hurts pick. I thought it was pretty good. So let's go to the next round or next
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 one.
The next
All
one, the
right.
101 is Grim Darkness.
Grim Darkness. All right. Let's see what we got here. It is gonna be. Oh, we don't have that one on here.
Chris Tony.
Is it Chris Tony?
It was Chris Tony, and I have bad eyes.
No, this is
Yeah,
a dynasty. This is a dynasty draft, so it's gonna be one of these ones.
Sarah?
Luigi 1-2
Sarah,
is
that
the
one.
one where I'm in the
Yeah, that's
where
her.
I'm the 101.
This is the one right here. Yeah. So this is the
Yeah,
one we're looking
yeah.
for.
Yeah.
So Sarah's in the 101. Do you like the 101, Sarah?
Hate it. I mean, I love my pick and everything, but I hate being in the 101 spot in general.
Saquon stands out right away. You guys taking Saquon right there at the end of the first?
Yeah, he fell all the way to that far.
I think the Gibbs pick stands out to me more with the 207 when I was just commenting that he went to the 109.
Right. And I know you don't want to say my Bijan pick, so you had to skip it, but
No, I mean, that's a good value too, in my opinion. I think the worst value is Jimbo's Patrick Mahomes at the 109.
I don't think.
Hey, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's six. That's six, just like the last one. So.
It's still the same spot as far as with the quarterbacks, just not where they were taken. That's all.
You know, that's the one thing about like these. It's almost like there's no wrong way to draft because you have to go with what people are forcing you to do. If everyone starts taking quarterbacks, you have a choice, or you're going to get stuck with crap.
There's definitely a wrong way to draft.
I got a question about
I
Sarah
like
taking-
I like Jimbo's first 4 picks. I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I like the double tap quarterback, and he gets two elite running backs. I just didn't like the Sanders pick in the next round.
Kyron was in the second round on that last draft board, so
Yeah,
you're
so
looking at Kyron in the fourth.
And to give Connor some love as much as I hate to do it, I love the aggressiveness by taking Jamar Chase number 2 overall. So
yeah, well, I actually like the Nico pick. Even more than that. I can't believe he's fallen so low in some of these drafts.
Yeah, Brian Thompson's gone in front of him in like every single one.
Brady agrees with you.
Yeah, Brady's right.
I agree with you too.
I like
Connor failed by missing out on quarterback. You should have taken Purdy. I feel like that's the only spot I think that you missed out on your draft. If you take Purdy there, it helps your quarterback room a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I might have missed out on some quarterbacks, but I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba fall into the second round or the 5th round. Sorry, is a little.
I think we should let Scott finish saying that he liked something about.
No, I just said I like Sarah's second pick, being aggressive on Bo Nix.
Yeah, I like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is going too low in most.
You like Nix over Love? That's what I was going to ask you guys about.
Yes,
Bo Nix over Love. Are you happy with that?
Yeah. I like Bo Nix just over Love just because of the rushing upside.
Exactly.
I would have rather had Bo Nix over Caleb Williams, who was taken before him.
Yeah.
And Jared Goff.
Same.
Yeah. Jared Goff went kind of early.
Yeah, I think people are living off last year, but missing Ben Johnson could change everything.
That is early for Goff. You'll see a lot of these where he's a little later.
Especially this is all like The funny thing is the rookies. We haven't even talked about. Connor's really the only one who's been attacking the rookies like crazy, and there's guys that are supposed to be coming out that are going to be starters, and nobody knows right now what to do with these guys, so they're falling to. Look, Travion in the 10th round, it looks like.
What's crazy is I was going to go Travion when I drafted Bryce Young, but since I already had 2 running backs, I was like, nah, I'm going to get him. And then I was like, I'll let him fall because I like Caleb Johnson just as much as I like Travion Henderson. But he just kept falling to me. I was like, oh, my God, I'm just not.
Yeah, but the hit rate on these rookies in year 1 is so low.
Especially this early and
Most of these guys are
and best ball.
Most of these guys are going to go in the 2nd round. I mean, Genty is probably going to go 1st round. You might see Travion go in the 1st round, but I think Judkins, I think Caleb Johnson, all could go within the first 2 rounds, and the hit rate on those is like 50% of round 2 running backs.
Who's your biggest sleeper rookie right now?
Like sleeper, I think it's in my dynasty book. It's Raheem Rocket Sanders. I think he has the body and the speed for
a name to remember.
Yeah. But I mean, Jalen Royals is a pretty good name at
yeah,
running.
I like Jalen Royals.
I've heard he might actually go in the 1st round of the NFL draft. Kind of like what, I'm trying to think of who went there last year, like a that was not. I mean, Lad McConkey wasn't really supposed to do as high as he was pre-draft. There was kind of surprised on that. So, but yeah, there's a couple. There's a lot of rookies. I'm not even going to name them all because we're still drafting.
Yeah, smart. You want to keep on going?
Yeah, man, I was on the clock. I was just trying to get you to give me a couple of good players to take right now.
You can text me, I'll tell you.
I see you on the clock in there. It's like,
I just didn't want to run out of time. I was going to let it go until after the pod, but now I'm looking at the clock. I don't have a choice.
All right, next
Go ahead.
slide.
Give us your choices. Let us decide.
Right now, I'm kind of back and forth between Keenan Allen. I got 2 picks back to back because I'm on the turn. So I'm thinking I'll take Keenan Allen and maybe Keon, I guess. I should actually probably go.
I'd go Keon over Keenan.
Yeah, and I like Keon better than Keenan too.
It's crazy having all these receivers that are still in the league, that are just still producing. Like, what do you do with Thielen?
Here we go, and I'm going to take Brian Robinson.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
There's a running back you should have taken before him, but
oh yeah, well you can say it now because
people are watching. People are watching, man. People are watching.
Connor wants every edge. How do you think he got that trophy?
I honestly, I'm curious. You have to text me who you're thinking about that because I'm curious as to who you think is better than Brian Robinson that's left on the board right now.
Hey, if you guys are sitting here watching, don't forget to leave a like on the podcast, on the episode and stuff.
Yes, please like and subscribe. That helps a lot. And actually give comments too, because I actually do go in there and read the comments. So it really helps us out a lot. All right, do we have our third mini league start? Mini league here?
Let's sort through the wheel
101.
draft.
Yeah, the 101
That one.
is CLMS.
This is the only one I'm not in.
Yep. Yeah.
And I promise you guys
it's
that is not me hiding with a different screen name, even though that is 90% of my last name. It's
That's not
me.
the third one though.
All right, is this the third one?
No,
you
it's
sure?
not. Yeah, because I'm looking at the third one right now, and TB76 is up.
TB76.
We're talking about Samus Slayers, right?
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
same. TB is up right now
On the clock, you
It's
mean?
not up
on
to
the
date.
clock.
Yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not. Okay, that's
it's
so
just a
sorry. So
screenshot.
sorry. That's
Yeah,
totally
that's
it,
different then. My bad.
This
my
is
bad.
it right here.
Yeah.
All right, so Sarah,
Saquon
you're,
106.
Sarah, you're in this one, so we'll go to you. Looks like you got Jay Daniels, which is nice. What did you think about
Patrick Mahomes
God.
at 209.
Look at Patrick going in the same spot again.
So what do you think about this first round? Like, what sticks out to you? I could see like maybe Gibbs going pretty early.
Gibbs going early. I'm getting used to seeing like Chase go and like I think one of these somebody took Chase in 101. So I'm used to seeing all those wide receivers go here at the end of the first, and Bijan's pretty normal, but yeah, I mean Gibbs going pretty early, and
The one that stands out to me a lot.
yeah, what is it?
Very end there. CD going all the way down to 112.
CD.
huge.
Usually CD goes in front of JJ.
I think
and Puka.
after the first round, it's Genty going at RB4.
Yeah, that was going to be round 2s for sure. Like to me, that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, and it's not that I think he's really talented. I mean, that's just pretty early for like Scott said, a rookie value. But I mean, we've seen it this year with Neighbors, with Brian Thomas. Rookies are going to produce, especially this RB class. I mean, this might be one of the best RB full classes that we've seen in a long time. Besides, I mean, you had Gibbs and Bijan come out the same year, but they didn't have the back end production I think this class will have. So,
what about Brock going in the third? Do you think that's early for the first tight end, even though it's Brock and the type of season he has?
I've seen it on the
That's usually where the lid is cracked open.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me. I see so many other position players that I'd rather take than snagging the first tight end right there.
I think people see him just providing just like a wide receiver does. That's why they take him like relatively early.
Yeah, it's rough.
Look at just as many points.
It's rough for me with him and with Malik Neighbors having the quarterback insecurity and watching them go in the top 2, 3. I mean, Neighbors is going as early as the 1-6.
Yeah, Neighbors. Neighbors is definitely one that I'm a little more confident can keep it going because he's keeping the same coaching staff and everything.
I
But
like him
everything
right
is
here.
changing in Las Vegas.
He made Daniel Jones look pretty good sometimes. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
he
knows
could
what's
do it
going to
with
happen in
whoever.
Las Vegas and what type of offense Pete Carroll's going to go with.
Wow.
I mean, Brian Thomas did it with Mac Jones, so I mean, I guess if you're a
Right?
stud, you're a stud.
Man, I'm looking at number 4. Man, God, I would have loved to go like Jaden Daniels, Mahomes, McCaffrey, come back with Rice, and then you got, if you wanted to even go even sicker, take Worthy in the next round, and just have a mega team.
Can I comment on one name that I know Scott and Sean are going to kill me on? But why is Garrett Wilson falling all the way to the 4th round in every single one of these drafts?
No, I agree. I don't know why.
He was a top 10 wide receiver this year.
No,
and he's
I
fallen
agree.
in the 4th to the 5th round in some of these
You know why?
Dude,
Because
seriously.
I'll tell you why. It's because the quarterback situation. You don't even know.
He had Zach Wilson 2 years ago.
I know.
Whoa. Calm down, buddy.
No, I'm not.
Well, we're just talking about Malik Neighbors.
It's the
and he
Jets.
doesn't have
Every time we
quarterback
talk Jets, this is what happens to Connor.
I just don't understand the absolute dismay for Wilson when he's going to have a better quarterback than Zach Wilson by 100, no matter who he has back there.
You know what? I think I figured it out. I think Connor's dad is Brett Favre. I think that's what it is. I think Connor's dad is Brett Favre, and that's where all of this has been coming from. The Packers love, the Jets love. It's all because his daddy is Favre.
Don't sue us, Brett Favre. Don't sue us.
So this is redraft best ball. So you guys take a look at Derrick Henry in the 2nd and Christian McCaffrey in the 3rd and some of these older running backs and stuff. And we're about to pull up three of the first boards from our dynasty expansion, and we'll see if those guys are in the top 5.
All right, let's go. And this is what's the name of this league?
So in Goku, we have Sarah at the number 3 spot. Yeah, that's it. So this is Goku. This is the first of the expansion leagues, and we do allow trading. So what's unique, what I'm finding out is unique to us, is that we do this thing called reverse order, where we predetermine your rookie draft order based off of where you put yourself in the startup order. We combine that with a derby.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. So they work well together because we generate a list, and then you go down that list and you decide, do I want to be at the front end of the startup draft and have worse rookie picks, or do I want to be on the back end and have better rookie picks? Every year we get somebody like the Bijan year where they're like, oh, huge advantage, and then they ended up with like Trevor Lawrence at the 112, and it wasn't really that much of an advantage, So it works for us because we allow instant trading for your rookie picks. You can put up a 2027 draft pick, and that represents the exact rookie pick for the 2025 season, and we get tons of trades just like you see on this draft board right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys know every little gray block that's above a player name was a traded pick. So if you know anything about Sleeper and how this board looks, you can tell that this has been a very active draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I look at that one, and okay, so Connor, what did you have to give up to get Joe Burrow?
I gave up Love. So I got Joe Burrow, and I got your favorite player, Jalen Waddle. And I gave up Love, Shakir, and the 104.
The 104 for next year. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I ended up taking Derrick Henry because I was actually going to take Chuba, and Nick got him right before me. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just grab the king because he's still here.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And we should mention, too, the difference between dynasty and redraft style drafting. I mean, look at the guys like Derrick Henry that were going off in the first 3 rounds and dropping all the way to like 6, Tyreek Hill's in 7. All these old players just drop like flies when they get older. And a lot of people avoid them like they're the plague. And honestly, I mean, these guys are valuable as heck for you. If you took a Saquon and a Derrick Henry this year, you were going to win your league. So, don't always just overlook the old guys because you think they're worthless in a dynasty league, especially if you're going to be drafting for a competitive team to start the season.
They're the perfect guys to take when you go like receiver or quarterback heavy early. Those guys are
One of the things that I do when I look at these draft boards is it helps me make decisions when I'm doing my own startup. So we'll take Derrick Henry for an example right here. So if Sarah's on the clock right now and she's offering a trade, and Derrick Henry's on the board, and you want to go get him, say you want her 6'10" to get Derrick Henry, and you're giving up your 9th round pick, the likes of Pacheco, Swift, Najee. So when you're making this trade decision, what would you give up on top of Najee Harris to get Derrick Henry? Would you give up a second?
Yeah, so the way I look at those scenarios is I look at the round droppage, because you don't know who's going to be picked in the pick that you're going to get in return yet, because when you're making your trade, you're trading up to get the guy there, but you don't know what's going to happen between 6 and 9 to be guaranteed you're going to get that guy, right? So you got to look at it like, I'm going to get this tier player. And then what I like to do is I like to come back with, like, if I'm taking like a 4-round drop and I'm above the 8th round, then I want a 1st round pick at least for anything 3-round, 4-round or up, as far as the drop I'm going to take is concerned. So I kind of look at it in a round by round basis when I do my trading.
But so the question I have is, I don't think that there's anybody we're looking at here on the bottom 3 rounds that would that I would give up with a 1st to go get Derrick Henry. I would probably do like Derrick Henry straight up for a 1st still, if it's a later 1st. So like a 1st straight up for a 6th round startup pick to get Derrick Henry. But that's like the extent of it. And I think he's the last player that I would do that for. After that, it's, I want something back.
But see, and that's why for me, I wouldn't make a trade up to get a Derrick Henry. That's where an old player definitely factors in more for me as far as trading up to get them. If I'm making a trade up, it's because I'm getting a stud player that I anticipate to be a stud for the next 3 to 5 years on my dynasty team.
Exactly. So when you're looking at these boards, guys, this is something to just kind of ask yourself, like, would I trade somebody in the 10th here and a 1st to go up to the 5th round to go get a James Cook or something? I think I would do that.
I think startups are the hardest and the best value for trades. They're the hardest. They're the hardest to evaluate, like what you should give up and what you should get back. But they're also like some of these trades that you're going to make here for the 101 or the 106 or a quarterback. You're not going to be able to make after the draft for that player specifically. So if you're able to, live up to your evaluations of these picks, then you can get great value. But it's also really hard to do that. You might give up too much for a player that drops there.
A good example is go ahead. I'm sorry, Sarah.
I was just going to say everyone's opinion's different too on what they think it's worth. So it's like one person sells a pick and they kind of set the bar of like what, that round is worth, and then you look stupid.
Yeah, and sometimes you get like the Deshaun Watson factor where somebody makes a ridiculously bad trade and then everybody anticipates to get that type of value now and pretty much walk out of any trade.
Yeah. There's been times when I'm in a startup and somebody sells their 1st for way too cheap, and players will literally get upset right away talking about how they just upset the market value for their 1st round picks. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's league to league.
I'm also like, I'm never the biggest startup trader. Like everybody's seen me make these trades like all throughout the year. I mean, I'm maybe the most active player in most of my dynasty leagues. Like I'm always sending an offer, but these startup pits are just so hard to evaluate player to player and league to league. It's really hard for me to like get a good deal that I feel like is a good deal. So I don't trade in startups very, very, very much.
See, I'm the opposite of that. I make more trades in my startup than I do during regular season.
Brady was saying he moved up for May.
Yeah. So what I like to do in these startups, and everybody knows how much of a quarterback whisperer I am, and I've always tell people the hardest way to acquire a quarterback, or the easiest way to acquire a quarterback, is in the startup draft. I mean, once the draft is over, it's way harder to get a quarterback. So I kind of use when I draft these dynasty leagues, like how I play poker. You put maximum pressure on your opponent to make them make decisions that they don't want to make. So me in a startup, I may give away my secrets, but I go after the quarterbacks. I mean, if I draft 3 in the first 4 rounds, 4 in the top 6 rounds.
Aren't you in here, Scott? We could go to one of the next league. I think you're in the next one, right?
I'm only in the one that's starting up after the draft.
Oh, you haven't started a dynasty yet.
No.
Okay, I'll
So,
put that one.
He's in Gandalf.
so by doing that, by doing that, I'm putting maximum pressure on the other gamers to corner the market and force them to make trades. Maybe make bad trades, maybe make good trades. I don't know. Just like in this draft right here, you can see at the number 1 slot. Look how many people traded to get a quarterback. They went after and got their quarterbacks. So, like I said, that strategy doesn't always work for everybody. You got to be very disciplined, and I may miss out on some value at some other positions like running back. That running back's shelf life is very short in the league, so I don't mind passing on a running back if I know they're only going to play 3 or 4 elite seasons. I want that guy that's going to be in the league for 10 years.
Totally. So one of the trades that I'm kind of proud of that I made recently was I gave up my 112, which ended up being the Patrick Mahomes pick, and I moved back to the end of the 3rd, and I acquired the 102 for the rookie draft, and that 3rd round pick ended up being Brock Purdy. So I would definitely trade Patrick Mahomes away for Brock Purdy and the 102 right now.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good deal. Yeah, that's a good deal. So like I said, I'm surprised the quarterbacks weren't a little more drafted a little earlier, but some people got some good value.
Well, I think it's because there was no real gap between like QB 5 and QB 12 or 15 this year. That
Yeah.
So after like the top 3 went, like it went 1, 2, 3 quarterback. Then you had Jamar Chase and Gibbs and whoever else. There's no real gap after Burrow between like Caleb Williams or whoever was, after that, and like a Baker Mayfield who went in the 4th or 5th round. So I think,
I feel that way. They're interchangeable, So what I like to do is have like 3 of the mid quarterbacks. I don't want to dabble with like, the freaking Geno Smiths of the year, but if I can get 3 of those guys and I can kind of try to play the matchup, and hopefully it lines up, try to make a trade to get somebody that covers my bye weeks and stuff like that.
Yeah. So let's see what the next board looks like.
The Grizz Tony, the first guy up on the next one up, Alex.
Well, I don't think it really matters. I'll pull it up, but we'll find out.
So in this one, it looks like we've got Connor. You're in this one.
Yep.
It looks like JoJo, Andy, Grizz Tony, D Sims. Got some regulars in this one here. I like it. So we definitely got a little bit of a different approach going on this league. You got Burrow dropping all the way to the 111.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I went Justin Jefferson because I thought I was going to go quarterback in round 2, but I actually didn't end up doing that. But I was thinking about Burrow as my next pick, and because I picked him in another draft at the same time, I didn't go Burrow. But yeah, him falling to the 111 is pretty crazy. I think even Hurts falling to the 109 is kind of crazy. So
and then to have Caleb go at the 2-2, I mean, whoa.
Yeah, Brock Bowers all the way up at 205. I mean, in the dynasty, I guess I can understand that move now because they're thinking he's basically the Travis Kelce of the position for the next decade. So
yeah,
set and forget it.
The worst pick to me in this one is Mahomes at the 112. Still, I can't get over the fact that we're still doing that right now with Mahomes. I don't think he's a first round starter pick value.
Being at that 112, like before I made that trade, I was looking at the board and it almost feels like you're obligated to take Mahomes there because it's like the glaring, where he should be, but I just can't do it.
Yeah. I think the biggest faller in all these drafts, I think Brady said it. Somebody said it. No, Jim said it. May. I can't believe he's fallen so far in these drafts all the way to the 3rd round, to the 211, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I like his value.
Now, Connor, are you concerned about your quarterback's stable being so shallow and having a couple guys that have question marks?
Yeah, I think when I look back at it, I think I have another first in this league. I don't know exactly, but this was one of my least favorite drafts I did. I just let quarterbacks kept falling too far. Like I said, I should have went May instead of Nico. But I just felt like Nico was falling because I feel like Nico should go before some of those other guys. But, this was one of my least favorite drafts I did. I mean, I like the quarterback stable that I have because they're young. but I don't think I'm gonna compete with them this year.
Yeah, I mean, I like being aggressive with Justin Jefferson and and Nico Collins. But if Jordan Love would have been there, would you have taken Jordan Love instead of Rashee Rice?
Yeah, that's who I was targeting. Because he's been falling to like the 308, 309. So I was like, yeah, how much do I get? But then, Rice fell instead of Love. And I was like, I'm not going to take any of these other guys. So I'll just get one on the way back around because they're still all Penix through Murray, I feel like are all in the same tier. So I was just like, I'll take one of those. And then I ended up double tapping at JJ. And then I was hoping, I didn't think Tua would fall. And then I was hoping he'd fall instead of Chuba. And then he didn't fall. So.
Gotcha.
So one thing that stands out to me is that the Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Michael Penix, those three have been interchangeable throughout these drafts. They're going in different orders.
Yeah.
How would you guys stack them?
I still go with Purdy. Purdy 1. I'm gonna go Penix 2 and Mayfield 3 just because of Mayfield's age.
I'm probably swapping Penix and Purdy and going Penix, Purdy, Mayfield.
Okay.
I mean, I think Purdy's super undervalued. That's just my opinion. I think he's a really good quarterback.
You guys want to skip the next draft board and kind of get into this little game since we're sitting here talking ADP?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is that was the last one that we had here. So.
All right, cool guys. So what this is, and it's not like it's really prepared, but I have some players here. I'm going to give you a little clue who the player is. I'm going to give you their 2024 ADP for that position. And then I'm going to give you where they finished, and I'm going to give you where they're currently being drafted based off of the first 5 draft boards for our Dynasty game. So we'll do about 5 of these. The way we're going to keep score is that when you guys feel confident you know who it is, you can just say who it is. The first person to get it right gets 3 points. Second person to get it right gets 2 points. And then if anybody else gets it right, they get 1 point. You get one guess. So whenever you're ready to name the player, I'll tell you who got it right at the end. We'll start with this player. This player was drafted last year as the quarterback 30. He finished as the quarterback 23. He's currently being drafted in the startups at an average of quarterback 10. And the clue is his team has the highest budget going into the year.
I know who it is.
I'm Drake May.
Go ahead and say it.
Drake May.
3 for Scott, 2 for Sean.
So wait, so if I said it before,
I should let you guys finish
after your first time, because I knew right away, I could just say it as soon as I know, and then I get the point.
Yeah, as soon as you know it, just say it. Everybody gets a guess, and then I shouldn't have said it was correct.
Yeah, I got you.
So we'll give Sarah and Connor a point because they got it.
Oh, that's very sweet. I'm going to fail this game, so it's all good.
The only reason why I knew that was because of the salary cap issue.
Hey, before we give hints, how about we just do ADP, and then if we can't get it, we get a hint.
Whoa. No, we're not leading.
Yeah, they only knew it because of the NFL stats, not because of the fantasy football.
This is Alex's game, not Connor's game.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay, we're gonna go switch here. This player had a 2024 ADP of running back 38. This player finished as running back 10 and is currently being drafted as running back 11. The clue: his first name is the last name of his teammate, the wide receiver 1.
Oh,
his first name is the last name of his teammate, the wide receiver 1. Drafted last year at the 38, finished at the 10, being drafted at the 11 now. Any guesses?
Chase Brown?
Quit looking at your computer, Connor.
What?
Chase Brown sounds right.
Computer?
I think Sarah's right with Chase Brown.
But
who's Brown? Wait, you said his last name is
Chase Brown, Jamar Chase.
His first name is the last name of his teammate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chase Brown.
Okay, Connor and Scott, you guys get a 0. You guys didn't say anything.
I said Chase Brown.
No, you didn't.
I said it.
I get a -1 because I yelled out Aaron Jones way too early.
I keep thinking about the hit.
All right, Sean told on himself, so you get a 0 too. So Sarah gets 3 points. Okay.
I feel like the Chiefs right now. We got Angels.
Okay, this player has a current 80 or I had a 2024 ADP. Oh, that's not correct. Let's not do that one.
Aaron Jones.
This player had a 2024 ADP of wide receiver 47. Finished as a wide receiver 4 and is being drafted as a wide receiver 6.
Brian Thomas.
Lan McConkey.
The clue is he had a former New England rookie quarterback throwing him the ball to finish the year.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Brian Thomas.
I said Brian Thomas first.
Who was second?
Sarah or me? Well, I think we both.
I didn't say it. Yeah,
Oh, you
it's
didn't
you.
say it.
It's you, Connor. No.
I mean,
Okay. And Scott, you said it too, huh?
I said Brian Thomas.
Okay, so that's 3 points. 3 for Sean, 1 for Scott, and 2 for Connor.
What'd you say, Sean?
I said Brian Thomas
Yeah,
like
he said it
during
way
the
early.
second clue.
yeah.
How come he gets 3 points?
Because I said
Because
it way
he said it
earlier
first.
than you.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
it.
he said it first.
It's a speed game, baby. This is like Family Feud. I press the button before your ass.
Okay, let's go over here.
You should get a negative if you get it wrong.
I did down there in Jones.
This player drafted last year as the quarterback 19, finished with 0 points in 2024, and is currently being drafted
JJ
at quarterback 20. Huh?
JJ McCarthy.
He tore his meniscus.
JJ McCarthy.
JJ.
Damn it.
Damn, I'm good.
Well, Sarah said it second, Connor third. Scott, did you say it? I didn't hear it.
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay, guys, we'll do one more and then we'll add these up.
Scott does not like this game.
Okay, this one right here is probably one of my favorite. This player had a 2024 ADP of wide receiver 57, finished as a wide receiver 13, and is being drafted now as the wide receiver 30. The clue: his quarterback got injured in the middle of the season, much to everybody's delight.
Is it Wanda?
Jerry
Robinson?
Judy.
Jerry
Jerry
Judy.
Judy. I said
Very
first.
cutie.
I said
You
second.
guys got me. I suck.
I think I heard all three of you guys say it at the same time.
So that's just 1 point for
Rewind.
each, right?
No.
It's 1 point for each.
Rewind. It was me.
We don't
Connor
have-
was definitely
man,
not
this is-
first. I'll
This is
tell you
like
that
the
for
NFL,
sure.
dude. We don't have any technology to make the right call.
Pretty sure
I
Min
have
it
got
right here.
first. I'm pretty sure
We're gonna
Min
give-
got tied for first and Connor was third.
Here, we'll do instant.
We're gonna give
replay.
2 points to each of you, and we'll do one more. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Look at Jimbo. He's on it in the chat too. He's almost as quick as me.
I'm trying not to look at the chats here.
Is somebody
Okay.
listening back to try to hear who was first? Because I can hear it happening in the background. It's you, isn't it, Connor?
So this player was drafted last year as the quarterback 8, finished as the quarterback 26, and is now averaging
Murray.
quarterback 16.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
What was it? Quarterback 8?
He was drafted as a quarterback 8 last year, finished as a quarterback 26, and is currently be drafted at quarterback 16.
I already said it, so I'm right.
It's not Murray.
Yes, it is.
I think it
Murray,
is.
Murray was top 15, I think.
Kyler
Tua.
Murray.
Jordan Love.
Oh, Tua. That's a good one. Jordan Love is.
No, that one's a bust, dude. That one's Anthony Richardson.
Anthony
Finished as a
Anthony
quarterback
Richardson.
28,
You
26.
were all wrong.
Oh, I
He was
should have known
quarterback
that.
8.
Why are we
No,
even
he
on
was
this
drafted.
podcast? How did we
Drafted
call
last year
that
as a
game?
quarterback 8.
I thought he was early.
I thought it was earlier too. Yeah, but you know what? I did see him go like 112 a lot. That makes sense.
All right. Sean, you want to hype up this giveaway? I think that's what's on the agenda next, right?
Hey, let's do
That's
some
giveaway.
giveaways.
Yeah,
All right, I'm
we'll
going to
do
add your
it.
guys' scores.
Wasn't me. Also, it was me and Scott that said it literally at the exact same time. And
I
then
knew
Sarah-
you were the one going back to listen.
Hey,
Well, you could see him with his ear down at the phone.
That's so good.
it's like me and
Oh.
like Scott said Jew, and then I said D, and then it was like
I got you.
Well,
with my chest. I
it's-
leaned in my chest. My chest.
It's not too relevant. We have 2 sets of ties. We have Connor and Scott tying at 6 points, and we have Sean and Sarah tying at 8 points.
well,
What?
Ooh. Ooh.
Anticlimactic, I know.
So does that mean that we're gonna have like a Ballsville UFC or something, and me and Sarah will be the main card, and Scott and Connor will be the undercard?
Oh yeah, celebrity death match.
I think y'all have to
Celebrity
do.
death
I think y'all have to do a giveaway since me and Scott have already done some.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right, so should we start out with the mini league giveaways, or should we start out with the draft giveaway?
That's a good question.
Let's go from small to big.
Small to big. All right.
Small entry to big entry.
So we'll start with
Remember
the mini league.
Everybody put draft in, remember, and
Yeah, anyone who hasn't
Good
typed
luck.
draft into the
Or if anybody, you have about 2 minutes. You have about 2 minutes, not 20 minutes. You have about 2 minutes to submit the picture of screenshotting my Dynasty handbook before we draw. So, if
yep,
anybody wants to
on
do
the
that,
website. On the website, you'll see the link to download the book, and you'll see the link to our Discord. Go on the Discord, pop up in there, and say that you downloaded the book. Show a screenshot, and you'll be entered. That free year of Dynasty, that's a big deal, Connor. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I want to win that.
You're not winning that. You're not eligible.
What?
No, I'm just playing. You all right? I think you did submit yours.
All right.
Here's
So
Ryan with
Alex, clarify for us what is being given away for this draft draw.
So for the draft one, we're giving away a total of 4 mini leagues entries, and as soon as you win, I'm going to put your name down. I'm going to come into your DMs and drop you the little image, and you'll be able to present that image like tonight. Like as soon as we're done here, you can join up. So we're going to do 4 of those. 3 of them are from the Ballsville game, and one of them is sponsored by Short Stack. And then on top of that, it's going to be whatever Connor has planned here.
Hey, also, Alex, do you have the voting for the Dynasty mock draft we did? Because I had one more giveaway for that one as well.
I can pull that up.
Yeah, after we do these, we can do that.
Yeah, I might not want to admit this, but I voted for you, Connor. For you.
Is that the one? Is that the one that
Your mock
Connor
team.
voted for himself like 15 times?
Yeah, that was it.
I voted for Alex.
Oh, I love it.
I voted for Alex. I don't know what you're talking about. Voted for myself.
I voted for myself just because I knew nobody else was going to.
I
didn't
was
want
the
to be
one that
the
I
one
couldn't
without a
make the
vote.
mock draft that I had to vote. All right.
Oh, I
Let's
love
do
it.
it. Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Are we ready?
Let's
People are
go.
patiently waiting. Let's go. They want free
do
things.
it.
Here it is.
Free things.
Oh yeah, this one's slower. I gotta start it later.
Cyborg.
Oh, it's Alex and Doppelganger.
Cyborg.
Alex
that.
won.
That's my boy from the March Madness pool who just joined today.
I love it. Congratulations, brother. You see, this is Ballsville for you. You show up and then bam, you get yourself a free fantasy entry.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Beginner's luck. Beginner's luck.
All right. We got one
All
more
right.
coming. We got 2 more coming, actually.
Yeah,
We'll go
2
ahead
more.
and run
Let's
our
do
second
it.
one. All right, Sarah, give me a little bit of drum roll.
All right.
Jerry,
Hey, Bagsaw.
come on
Jerry.
down.
Come on down.
Price is right.
Congratulations, Jerry.
You better sharpen up on your best ball ADP there, Cyborg.
All right, one more. Let's roll it, baby.
Let's go.
Jenny B. Jenny B getting herself a free entry.
Go.
All right.
more.
The ladies winning.
One more.
One more. Uno mas.
One
This
of
is the
my.
last mini league draw.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the final drawing. 12 entries. Who is it gonna be? Brady the Decker.
Win number 2.
All right.
Look at that.
All right. We expect to see you guys in these mini leagues. Drafting against the best.
Absolutely. All right, so that is our
Brady
That
said
was a
roll
ball,
again.
man.
Brady said he won one. He wants us to roll again.
Oh, roll
Aw.
again. All right, we
All
can do
right,
that.
all
We can do that.
We have a
We got some
request.
class acts in this group.
Yeah, right. Look at that. That's the Ballsville citizenship right there, man. We all here for each other.
Yep, that's the Ballsville community.
All right, let's roll this one again, baby. This one is donated by the Brady Protector.
That's a wrap.
It's going to Ryan Wayne. Look at that with the gorilla wings. Gotta love it. All right. You can't deny that. That's amazing.
Oh, Alex, you're on
Fabulous, fabulous.
mute. Alex on mute.
Congratulations, everybody.
So, Connor, did we have any more additions to your
Yeah, so I sent you a message. It was Royal We and Chicken Boy donated or posted it while we were active on the pod.
So that's a total of 22 people downloading your draft, your Dynasty book,
Yes, sir.
Dynasty strategy book. That's amazing. Awesome. All right. So which one do we want to start with? You want to do your minis?
Well, we already did the mini lead. We have
oh yes, that's right. We have the other lead.
We have the big big game. $7.
Big game.
All right, guys. So look at our cool little wheel here. So we're gonna roll this bad boy and see who wins.
Go, go, go. Oh, Zoops.
It's our buddy Zoops.
Yes.
Nice little big game entry right there.
Look at that. Good job, Zoobs.
And then do we have the Dynasty mock draft thing, Alex? Did you want to pull up that right quick? And then we'll see if we had any winners there, and then if not, we'll spin again, or we'll see what we have here. And then we'll spin to the big one.
Yeah, we got the one more spin for your Dynasty giveaway, right? And then whatever the mock draft.
Yeah, I'll do that one last, just because it's a big one. It's a big prize. So, oh
Jesus!
Oh, what a cheater!
Oh man!
So guys, so you know, Connor would actually travel around with his laptop to all the different Starbucks around Texas so that he could vote for himself from different IP addresses.
Apparently.
Hey, I voted for Connor. I thought everyone had a really good team, but his just inched out a little bit more.
Come on, Sarah, you got to know better than to pick Connor.
Sorry, I got to be honest.
I voted for Alex.
Yeah, I voted for Alex too. So, but
Alex, I think
since I won, we'll re-roll that. We'll just do the people that submitted my Dynasty handbook, and I think I said a mini game. So if you want to re-roll the mini game one,
oh, absolutely,
we'll do that one again. That'll be 2 free mini games that I've already paid for the free entry for the mock draft. I've already submitted $4 for that one, and then I'll submit all the rest of the money once we get everybody else situated. So,
all right, here we go. Spinny McSpinnerson.
I don't want it. That's D-Pain. That's D-Pain. Give it to D-Pain.
We spin again. We spin it again.
Yeah. You shouldn't have put. Yeah, I'm sorry. I downloaded it for fun, but because I want it. But don't put me on there. Come on.
If you win twice, you have to take it. Sorry.
Okay, I'll take it if it's the second time.
Looks like Luke
MC.
Luke MC. All right, you are the winner.
Wearing out this
me and Alex will be getting with you about getting those little promotion squares things to you and what leads you can join and stuff like that. Luke MC and Brady, and then who was the winner of the big one? Zubichus, right?
Yep.
Now we have the big boy right here. First year Dynasty dues right here. $25.
All right, we're going to use the same wheel because it's the same boys.
All right, we can go.
And here we go. Oh, that makes me a little busy.
I know.
Jimmy
Wojo.
I feel so bad for my boy Sam. It's the second time it
Jimmy got his
almost got to him.
mojo back, baby. Look at that.
Jimmy.
And Jimmy, I'll be getting with you. I'll do doing, what leagues you can join and stuff like that. Also, if you would rather join a orphan that you don't want to draft or whatever, I can pay your 25 and you won't have to match me. You can just join an orphan. I think we have 2 or 3 orphans throughout the leagues right now. So you can join an orphan and don't have to pay anything. I'll just pay your, 25 orphan for 2026. And we'll be good there. Or if you want to do a new draft, you just match my 25 and you'll have a whole new dynasty team.
All right. Well, that wraps up our giveaways. Any parting words there, guys, at all before I wrap this up?
No,
Great
I mean,
show.
we did have one trade that happened while we've been on the pod involving one of our regulars, Jimbo's Bimbos. If we wanted to, we could pull that up for just a second and discuss that one trade. Otherwise, that's all I would have left.
Okay. We can discuss a trade.
Awesome.
What
Let me
would you
get
call
that.
that, though, if we discussed a trade, Sean?
Well, yeah.
What do we call that when we discuss trades? We call it the trade talks!
All right.
Oh, I love it. All right. So this happened while we were on the air, guys. And that's why it's so hard for me to bring up for you, because I did not even have a slide for it. It's a brand spanking new trade. So what we're looking at here, guys, is a whopper. This is an early in the draft. We're still in the middle of the first round. Jimbo Bimbos is sending the 212 and the 1212 to Royal We in exchange for the 709, the 1004, and his 2027 second, which will be the 204.
No.
Where do you guys stand?
Who's left at 212? Because I do not think he got enough for that 212.
We're still in the middle of first. So we have no idea what's going to happen as far as who's going to be there.
I think he should have gotten a 5th and a 10th with that second.
I mean, I think he should have gotten a 2025 first and the 5th.
I mean, for real, that was,
he should have gotten
7, 10 second, not enough.
Yeah. That to me, I think that Jimbo just didn't get enough in return. I don't hate the trade. I just don't think Jimbo got enough in return.
Yeah, even if he sends the 2, I wouldn't have sent the 12 with it on top of that. So
yeah, exactly. Keep the 12 and then send just the 2.
Yeah, I mean,
At best, yeah.
So you guys know the 2027 second is actually the 2025. It's the rookie picks for this year. So that would be this coming rookie draft that will take place after this draft ends, and that'll be the 2025 rookie draft.
So, like for startups, the value's running out like around round 6. Like in the middle of round 6, you're starting to see players that you would no longer take a first for. So to jump back all the way to the 7 that's a big jump for just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you look at it, you could say it's like the early 3rd, right? 212, the very end of the second. But
I think Jimbo's is just too nice of a trader. I think he's just bringing his nice personality into these trades.
I know, sweet Jimbo.
Yeah.
Next time, hold him over the coals a little more, brother. And
feel free to shed like Scott.
Or a DM or something if you want some advice on a counter for stuff like that.
He needs to get with Stott, because Stott you can never trade with. So
why can't you trade with me?
Your values are crazy. Like 6 first for Will Levis last year.
That's why I don't trade.
I know, that's what I just said.
I don't trade because I don't have to trade. I let the value just fall to me. So, anyways, all right, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to our 1-year anniversary podcast. We will be back here again, same time, same place next week. I want to congratulate all the winners today for all the freebies. Just go on the website. You can contact us. All our sleeper names for the DMs. Pick out which leagues that you want to get into. And then as far as everybody who's in chat, thank you for coming in. We had quite a few people in the chat today. So we really thank you guys a lot. Excuse me. Please like and subscribe to the podcast.
You guys are choking him up with all of your interactions. That's how much he appreciates it.
And
not a dry eye in the house after that Jimbo video.
If you won, and you don't hear from us by the end of the night, go ahead and just you can DM me right here, Westlex on Sleeper, or reach out to everybody except for Hawk is the goat. That's not his sleeper name.
That's not going to change that. As not.
Good job.
Been on there the whole time.
I'm sure Connor did that to Scott because I don't know if Scott knows how to do that.
I didn't want to notice.
But anyways, so like I said, folks, great show. Until next week, for my co-host Skalem Sean, for the 2024 Ballsville Player of the Year Connor, for El Presidente Alex Hernandez, Westlex on Sleeper, and our producer Sarah M21 from Cali. Until next week, folks, we are out.
That's a wrap.